Welcome, family and friends. On behalf of the couple, I would like to thank you all for being here. We are here to celebrate the marriage of David and Karen. Doubly blessed is the couple that comes to the marriage altar with the support and blessings of their family and friends. Please be seated. Who has the honor of supporting this man and this woman that are to be married here today? For those of you I have yet to meet, thank you, parents. I'm Julia. I am married to Stephen, David's brother, so I have an up-close view of the exceptionally close bond that these 5 Egger siblings share. It wasn't long into David and Karen's relationship, second date in fact, that we knew there was a woman in Dave's life. Paul wanted to get together, so he texted the siblings, and Dave replied, busy. It was a strange and cryptic response coming from Dave, who's always up for a good time. So, of course, the question started swirling. When I first asked Dave, what is so special about Karen? He stood up a little taller, his chest was out a little, and he said, she's smoking hot, and showed me a picture. In all seriousness, we have loved to watch your relationship unfold. Karen is a very nurturing person, known to her family as always being a supportive presence and there for anyone in a crisis. This is a trait that she has inspired in Dave. Sue is impressed with how Dave calls and asks for favorite family recipes that he can cook for her, and drove her to and from work every day during the pandemic so that she wouldn't have to take public transportation. Dick notes that Dave doesn't plan anything without first consulting Karen, and Terry was so happy with how involved and patient Dave was for everything, including every last detail of wedding planning. While it normally takes a beat for Karen to open up to people, there was just something about Dave that made her feel comfortable immediately. Karen's family saw that she bonded with and fell for Dave immediately, and the way her whole face and demeanor just lights up and glows anytime Dave walks into a room or she talks about him. Both value family so much that meeting each other's families was an important milestone in their relationship. Karen almost wondered, is this too good to be true? Until she met Dave's family and saw so much of them in him. When Dave talks about Karen's family, every story ends with, the main point is, they're just like us. After hearing this a few times, I came to realize that it wasn't about the specific people or personalities, but an expression of how Dave feels about both Karen and her family. Because of the close bond that David has with his family, to say that her family is just like his is quite simply the highest praise he can give. And he feels at home with them and at home with Karen. Both Karen and Dave feel immensely at home with, supported, and loved by each other and each other's families. David is the silliest uncle around, and Auntie Karen is so loving. They are both so engaged in the lives of their nieces and nephews, these 12 beautiful flower kids. I will speak for both of our families when I say we cannot wait to watch your family grow, and we know that you will be amazing parents. I would like to invite Karen's cousin, Wade Horrigan, and his daughter, Grace, who will perform The First Day of My Life by Bright Eyes. I would now like to welcome to the stage Jacqueline Egger, David's sister-in-law, who will read a meditation on marriage attributed to Martin Luther King Jr.
Today you become the heirs of a legacy of togetherness. Today you will dream dreams. Together you will make plans. Together you will face moments of unutterable joy. Together you will face moments of irrepressible sorrow. Spare not when the inevitable moments of personality adjustment arise, for they may not be the stepping stones to a higher level of self-completion. Be not dismayed when the buoyancy of fulfillment is transformed into the fatigue of disappointment, for this is a part of the changing scenery of life. Like the ever-flowing water of the river, life has its moments of drought and its moments of flood. Like the ever-changing cycle of the seasons, life has the piercing chill of its winters and the soothing warmth of its summers. Love, trust, loyalty, and mutual respect are the pillars upon which the temple of marriage must be built. If these elements are there, the storms may come and the winds may blow, but they will not upset the temple of your marriage, for it is founded upon a solid rock.
Karen and David, today you not only marry the right person, you commit to being the right partner, the one whom the other can stand and face the world with. It's finally time to seal this chapter with the questions that will lead us into the next. Do you, Karen, take David to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you promise to support him completely, love him unconditionally, in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold from this day forward, for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you, David, take Karen to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you promise to support her completely and love her unconditionally, in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold from this day forward for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Now will you please turn and face one another? You can pass your flowers. Join hands and express your vows of love and devotion to each other.
Dave, I knew long before you found the words to express it that you loved me. The way your kind eyes locked with mine, the sound of your adorable laugh, the way you held me in your arms with undoubtable intention. You brought a lightness and a joy to my life that I didn't know was possible. In your arms, I'm safe, I'm warm, I'm at ease. In your arms, I am my authentic self. In your arms, I'm alive. Colors are more vibrant, music is better, food is more delicious. I promise I will not take these things for granted. I promise I will do everything within my power to give these beautiful gifts back to you. Today, I am yours, all of me, and you are mine. I love you.
Oh, you made that hard to read this. Karen, I will always be your best friend, your partner, and the father of your dog. It's a little easier. I will always be on your side and by your side, no matter what life throws at us. You are the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I'll do everything I can for the rest of my life to do the same for you, be the same for you. I am yours forever, this is my solemn vow to you. I love you.
I would like to invite Karen's cousin Kate Hull to the stage, who will perform "To Make You Feel My Love" by Bob Dylan. The rituals performed today during your wedding ceremony, carrying flowers, exchanging rings, lighting the unity candle, convey deep symbolic meaning. They show that you are committed to taking action with regard to the vows you have just made to each other. The candle that we will light here today is a candle of marriage. Its fire is magical because it represents the light of two people in love. The candle is a candle of commitment because it takes two people working together to keep it aflame. The candle is a candle of unity because both must come together, giving a spark of themselves to create the new light. As you light this candle today, may the brightness of the flame shine throughout your lives. May it give you courage and reassurance in darkness, warmth and safety in the cold, and strength and joy in your bodies, minds, and spirits. May your union be forever blessed. Will the mothers of the bride and groom please come to the altar and light the candles representing the separate families and paths from which Karen and David have come today to be joined together as one. Kate, I give it to you.
When the rain is coming in,
I will now ask that you seal the vows that you've shared with each other with the giving and receiving of rings. A ring is an unbroken circle representing your union. It is a symbol of infinity and your infinite love. When you look at these rings on your hands, be reminded of this moment, your commitment, and the love you share for each other. David, place the ring on Karen's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I, David, take you, Karen.
With this ring, I, David, take you, Karen.
To be no other than yourself.
To be no other than yourself.
Loving what I know of you.
Loving what I know of you.
And trusting what I do not yet know.
Trusting what I do not yet know.
I will respect your integrity.
I will respect your integrity.
And have faith in your abiding love for me.
And have faith in your abiding love for me.
Through all of our years.
Through all of our years.
And in all that life may bring us.
And in all that life may bring us.
Karen, place the ring on David's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I, Karen, take you, David.
With this ring, I, Karen, take you, David.
To be no other than yourself.
To be no other than yourself.
Loving what I know of you.
Loving what I know of you.
And trusting what I do not yet know.
And trusting what I do not yet know.
I will respect your integrity.
I will respect your integrity.
And have faith in your abiding love for me.
And have faith in your abiding love for me.
Through all of our years.
Through all of our years.
And in all that life may bring us.
And in all that life may bring us.
It is my honor and delight in front of our friends and family gathered here today. I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin dinner this evening, I'd like to direct your attention to our entrance off the patio. And join me in welcoming our guests of honor this evening, the new Mr. and Mrs. David and Karen Eggers. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd kindly take your seats and keep your attention toward our head table, our bride and groom will cut their wedding cake. How about a kiss? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a big round of applause for the newlyweds on their first dance. Once again, folks, big round of applause for our bride and groom.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. My name is Selena, and I am one half of the matchmaking duo that brought this beautiful couple together tonight. Karen and I know each other from nursing school at Bradley. Good times, a lot of good times. So I just think it's crazy how life works. One night I'm getting sushi with Karen, and the next, my neighbor, Laura, and I are setting them up on their first date. It's pretty awesome. So I'll make it short and sweet, but congratulations. I'm so happy for the two of you, and enjoy this beautiful night.
I'm not as good, so I need my phone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Laura. I am one of Dave's older sisters. I'm also the other half of the matchmaking duo. As Selena mentioned, it's crazy. We had a girls' night out. Next thing we know, we're matchmaking, and then we've set them up on their first date 2 years, a little over 2 years later. Here we are. David, you've come a long ways from that cowboy boots wearing with shorts, little boy who would lock himself in his bedroom with a tape recorder and have animal fights with bear cats and bear wolves. Still don't know what those are, and I would tease him that he could show you guys to never know what's happening. To the amazing, smart, successful, loving, movie-quoting man that you are today. I think I speak for probably everyone here. I think you found your person or your home. I love that everyone's been saying home like the last few days. I think you guys are great. I'm so happy for you. Karen, you've been a part of the family for so long, and now today we've made it official. So everyone, if you'll raise your glasses. Make sure I don't mess this up. May you find joy, Dave and Karen, may you find joy with each other each and every day from this moment on. Congratulations, remember this day always, as it's the day you became husband and wife. To Dave and Karen!
Another big round of applause for Selena and Laura. Thank you, ladies.
Karen and David, and to all of you who have come to help celebrate this day, welcome. Does that sound okay? I am Terry Walsh, in case any of you didn't know, and I just wanted to say I am one of the happiest mothers of the bride there could be. Chris has done an amazing job of giving welcoming speeches at the weddings of Megan and Chris and Maura and Kevin. And I'm certainly not the public speaker that Chris is, but why let him have all the fun, right? Huh? First of all, Chris and I, along with Sue and Dick, would like to welcome you all to this beautiful day. Many of you have traveled from quite a distance and at quite an expense to help celebrate Karen and David. We have people from all over the country. I think it was like 20 or 22 different states that they came from. So we are thrilled that you're all here. And we'd also like to take a very special thanks to all the Southsiders and Westsiders who traveled all the way across Chicago. We know this was no easy task, and I'm sure that plenty of you, upon opening that invitation, said, Evanston? What the heck did they ever decide on Evanston for? But thank you all for coming. We want to welcome the Hugheses, the Walshes, the Eggers, the Lenigans, to the many friends of you who you grew up with, the friends who have watched you grow up with, and the many new friends you acquired through your adult years. To all of you, welcome. We also need to acknowledge some missing faces. David's 101-year-old grandmother, Millie, who couldn't make the trip from the Quad Cities. Karen's Uncle Tom. Yeah, how about it? Karen's Uncle Tom and David's Aunt Eileen and Uncle Mike. In addition, those that are smiling down on both of you, wishing that they could share in this beautiful day. David's grandparents, Esther and Earl Egger, Terry Lenigan, Karen's grandparents, Jim and Jean Hughes, Margaret and Chris Walsh, as well as Hannah Murphy, Uncle Tim, Aunt Mary Kay, and Uncle Tom Walsh. When I was driving here and coming down Lakeshore Drive, it was a beautiful day, and I'm like, okay guys, get it together, make sure this is a beautiful day. I forgot to mention to my father, Dad, use your union skills and make sure the bus drivers don't strike until next week, but it didn't quite happen, so he must have been sleeping. Karen, today is your wedding day. It is something a mother wishes for from the day that she's born until she's walking down that aisle. And for those of you who know me, may know that I have worried about this day a little. As you may know, Karen had challenges that most young women never had to face. At 14, Karen was diagnosed with bone cancer just a month before she started high school. After a year of tough chemo, 5 years of multiple surgeries, and 2 reoccurrences, years of CAT scans and follow-up appointments, Karen's strength and perseverance, to the talented doctors and incredible nurses, to the many prayers and good wishes all of you, who she received during this Karen's illness. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta be closer. I'm sorry. I'm not used to doing this, sorry. We are very blessed by Karen's strength and perseverance. We are forever grateful for every one of you who helped Karen through that journey. And I know that many of you rejoiced when Karen walked down that aisle. Could Karen be a more beautiful bride? Okay, how about it? Karen developed her fashion sense at a very early age. Around her 4th or 5th Christmas, she was opening a present from Hannah Murphy. Now, Hannah Murphy was our beloved, the beloved Hannah was a widow that lived with the Walshes and was kind of their second mother. Every year, Hannah would pick out the most beautiful dress for each one of the girls. Karen opened her present and said, I don't like it, and I'm not gonna wear it. Needless to say, Karen has always had a strong sense of self and an excellent fashion sense, which is definitely evident today. When Karen was diagnosed, the doctors told us that she would have a difficult journey, but she would come out stronger and more amazing person. My response was Karen was already strong and amazing, but needless to say, the doctors did not prove wrong. Karen became stronger, more compassionate, and more determined. Karen chose her life work to be nursing. Karen has been our family's medical expert, ready to do research, give common sense explanation to difficult medical terminologies, and answering unending questions, and give amazing support to friends and family whenever there's a medical crisis. I always felt lucky that Karen and I had so much to share from our nursing experience. Often to the horror of our family, when dinner time conversation turned to urine output and drainage from infectious wounds. Not only has Karen excelled in her career, but also in the way she chooses to live her life. Karen's always the first to try an adventure, to go on a trip, to find the newest restaurants and help organize family fun days. She has always chosen to live her life to the fullest and encourage everyone to join in her adventures. I can't wait to see how Karen and David continue on that exciting path. To that end, about 2 years ago, Karen sheepishly shared with me she had met somebody. Just so you know, I'm usually not the first person my children share their romances with. I have a tendency to ask unlimited questions and to plan the wedding at the second date. And so as we know, our dear Selena and Laura are the ones who fixed them up. Well, soon after that, Karen went on the date without any expectation. Where am I now? Karen shared that she had met somebody. She described that person as smart, comes from a big family that he's very close to, loves good food and good music. She says, I really like him. There was a twinkle in her eye that day that has not left. And as their relationship grew, so has that twinkle. It's only brighter today. From that day, we saw their blood blossom. David has become an integral part of our family. delighting us with stories about growing up with a big family on a farm. We love his Dinger stories, which is one of the many Egger family dogs. Dave keeps us up to date on the latest weather reports and always lending a helping hand. He even helped set up a complicated tent during last year's Bears seasoning opener, totally over and above. Although it was never necessary, Dave sealed the deal with the Walsh-Hughes family when he arranged 2 carloads of Walsh-Hughes to drive 3 hours for their first COVID shots. We will forever be indebted to him. While today we are officially family, David has a place in our hearts since the very beginning. My dear sister-in-law, Tamra, has imparted many words of wisdom to my children over the years, talking about choosing a marriage partner. She said, your choice should worship the ground you walk on, and I truly believe Karen and David worship the ground each other works on. David, you're an amazing man that I've grown to love and to know and to love. You have a tremendous capacity for love that is demonstrated in many ways. Have you seen David with Bodie, the best dog, who is unable to be here today? As a parent, we want the best for our children, to be healthy, to succeed personally, professionally, and experience true love, and I think that's evidence today. I feel truly blessed that you have found each other. Every time I see you together, your love as a parent, your respect for each other, your patience, especially David's patience with Karen's inability to be anywhere on time, and your total acceptance of each gift. It's truly amazing to watch the wedding planning that they remain so supportive to each other, a true team effort. When you grow up in a tight-knit family like Karen and David, your family matters. From the very beginning, everyone loved David. Karen's brothers first met David, to when Chris and I met David, to meeting Karen's sister and nieces, to eventually the introductions to the Hughes and Walsh clan. Everyone agreed David was wonderful and made Karen very happy. I think Chris and I did a pretty good job amazing some amazing children. And I think Sue and Dick would agree that David and Karen are pretty awesome. But we didn't do it ourselves. Karen and David, you are both blessed by this amazing family. Your siblings that love you and love to hang out with you. Your nieces and nephews that worship you, as well as your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, David and Karen's friends, neighbors, coworkers, coaches. So many people were part of you becoming who you are today and are here to celebrate. To all of you, please know that you are all cherished parts of Karen and David's lives and will continue to be part of that life. Thanks to all of you for your support and friendship for these 2 amazing people as they start their lives together. Karen and David, we will always be here with you. Whether it be with a prayer, some wanted, maybe some unwanted advice, a helping hand, and always making room for you at the table for whatever game is being played. Know that we love you both and wish you every happiness as you begin your journey together. I would like to finish with a blessing that Chris used at our children's previous weddings. May the road rise before you and the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm on your faces and rain fall softly on your fields, enriching them with grains to feed the body and flowers to awaken the soul. May God bless you with children such as yourselves. May you live to see your children's children. And finally, may God hold you in the palm of his hand throughout your married life, and at the end of your days, take you home with him for all eternity. Please raise your glasses to Karen and David, wishing you every joy and life together. Let the party begin! Hey!
All right, hello everybody. I'm Kevin Walsh, Karen's younger brother. First off, I wanted to give a big congratulations to Karen and Dave. Can you believe this great party they put together? I mean, I'm really amazed what they got done. Earlier this summer, me and my lovely wife, Maura, got married in May. And yeah. She's a lucky woman, yes. And so we took the full year to plan a wedding just for our immediate family, maybe 30 people. Karen and Dave got this done in like 3 months. Invited every single person they love here and didn't have a single issue. You guys definitely made the right choice. So, as many of you know, my longtime nickname is Zaz. For everybody else who doesn't know that, I wouldn't ask too many questions. Just go with it. You can call me Zaz. We're all family. My best guess is that Zaz kind of started out as just one of the many ways my siblings could make fun of me. And as the youngest of 4, I got it all from them. While Megan's a bit older and, like a responsible person, she wasn't too interested in picking on her littlest brother, but Karen and Chris, they had a passion for it. And I must say, they were really good at it too. So here's one of many examples. As my mom mentioned, we had Hannah Murphy, who was basically a second grandma to us on the Walsh side. I also had Hannah in my class growing up. So anytime either Hannah would come up, Chris and Karen would immediately go, Zaz, do you love Hannah? As a young boy, I had no idea how to answer this question. If I went, of course I love Hannah, I'd immediately get from that and, ow, ow, you love Hannah. And if I said, no way, I don't love Hannah, they're like, what? You can't say that. Where else? And this was basically every day of my life, guys. But it's not all mind games with Karen. She is also one of the most fun and caring people I know. Through years of her working as a nurse practitioner, she spends her days helping sick patients and families go through some of the hardest times of their lives. I get so inspired as she talks about her job because you can just tell how much care and thought she puts into every single patient. If a patient isn't getting the right treatment, she's gonna be mad and tell everybody. Yeah. If she sees a family struggling over one of their sick family members, she's right there with them, just as if she's one of their own. It really takes a special person to have to deal with these life and death situations on a day-to-day basis. She's also really, really fun to be around. She brings just such an immense joy and love for life that is truly quite rare. She can turn any little chore into some exciting competition. On long road trips, she'll either keep us entertained with a new game or she'll sleep the entire time, making us drive. Whether it's traveling through Spain, having our annual weekend at Pitchfork, or just hanging around finding new ways to make fun of my mom, who's now the butt of the joke these days. I've just completely stopped counting the great times I've had with her. Karen, you've been there for me and made nearly every moment of my life more fun and more meaningful. I couldn't ask for a better sister. And now we get Dave. What a great guy, and even better paw to their dog, Bodie. As he likes to say, Dave truly is one of the best of the good ones. While it's clear he just made the best decision of his life, he has been making some pretty questionable choices these days with his meat eating. Over the last few weeks, he's had not one but 2 bouts of food poisoning. That seems like a lot to me. As a newly married man, I can't really offer you too much advice on marriage, but I do have one tip. Just throw the pork out next time. Watching these two grow together has been such a pleasure. As soon as they started dating, you could immediately see how much they liked each other. After their first date, I remember Karen mentioning just how comfortable and happy she felt in his presence. As someone was saying, they just really found their home. It was clear right away they weren't in it for the long haul. Honestly, though, I think they might have too much fun together. I'm around them a lot, and basically they only spend their time going back and forth in fake Southern accents. That Bodie boy's a fine-looking dog. We're cooking with bacon now. I'll let them have their fun, though. So let's all raise a glass.
Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. So, I'm Paul Egger. I am Dave's oldest brother, and pretty much I was his hero growing up, I think.
I don't think that's true. I feel as if you're more like Chet from Weird Science growing up.
Maybe that was the case.
Maybe like 5 people here got that reference. Okay. Desmond, did you get it?
Got it. Okay. So, you are...
So I'm 2 years younger than Paul. I'm the second of 5. I feel like I was always maybe his favorite brother. I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
I think that's right. So we want to thank the Walshes for this amazing party tonight. This room is amazing. The food was amazing. The cocktails are flowing. Hopefully it helps you laugh at our jokes. We'll see if that works or not. It's just so nice that everybody could get together after the year and a half we've had now, and we can actually spend time with friends and family and enjoy a situation like this. So, thank you.
Absolutely. I wanted to give a quick shout out to my parents as well. So, as you know, we're a family of 5, Dave being the youngest and the final one to get married out of all of us. So, Paul and I got together the other night and did a little bit of math. So, he was born September 21st, 1975. We're at the September 18th, 21. So that was 16,787 days that my parents have been waiting for this day to where they can say that we're all finally married off.
So, cheers to those guys.
So yes, cheers to your real retirement.
Yeah. So, just going to give a little background about Dave from the beginning. So, Dave is the youngest of 5, and we grew up on a farm in rural Illinois, and I feel like it was just kind of, I would say, chaotic at best.
I think that's
usually
accurate.
there were barn animals in the house, puppies and kittens and lambs and whatever was going on, it was going on. So, kind of a fun story is we were all going to the Milan Indian Summer Festival one beautiful, yeah. So load up the sweet 84 conversion van, get everybody in there. We go down to the Milan Indian Summer Festival, and as Dad had probably settled into the beer tent with all the Little League coaches, and Mom was, divvying up the tickets for us to go on terrible rides. All of a sudden, she's like, "Dave, here's your tickets." Dave. And Dave was probably 5, 4 at this point. Yeah, Dave was home alone. Mom had the, Home Alone moment, raced back to the house. He might have, you probably fought off a couple of burglars. Well, yeah, probably.
He was hanging out with Dinger, I think.
Yeah. He was hanging out with Dinger. It was all good. But that was just a little window into the Egger house when we were small.
So I have one more story kind of along those same lines. So our father was a pediatric dentist, so growing up, we didn't have many sweets or sodas or anything like that around the house. So we always tried to, whenever we were away from the home, we'd try to find access to sugary foods. So in the summer especially, most of our life revolved around the Little League baseball park or softball diamonds. So we would go there, and as the games would progress, Dave would kind of start moving around the crowds and start asking all the other parents for quarters to try to go buy himself candy. And, getting lost in all the madness of the day, like my mom would kind of forget where he was and then find him. He'd be sitting on a bench somewhere with like 3 candy bars and a soda and a bag of popcorn. And to even take that story full circle, it was about 10 years ago. We were at my grandmother's wake, actually. And my baseball coach, who none of us had seen in 20 years probably, he walks in wearing shorts and a Hawaiian shirt. But he walks right up to Dave and goes, "Hey, sorry, Dave, I don't have 50 cents for you." Jim Drish, yes.
Jim Drish, ladies and gentlemen. Back to me now. Okay.
I think it's your turn.
So we'll fast forward on to like childhood and back to Chicago. So 5 kids. We were spread all over the country pretty much for college and grad school and whatever. And we all ended up like showing up in Chicago at some point. And the 5 of us were all just hanging out all the time. And that's when we really got to know Dave. I mean, I had been gone for like 11 years. And then, he was no longer like Stinky, like the little kid that we lovingly called Stinky. We grew to know Dave. Like, there were very few dinners where there weren't at least 3 of us, or Cubs games. Dave was my standing date for every opening night of a Marvel movie. And, we just he settled in from that role to crazy Uncle Dave, to growing into the man that we know today, who is loving, caring, sensitive, and grew into one of my best friends. So, there you go. And then came Karen.
Yeah, so I feel like this story has been told several times over the last few days, and I think Julie did a great job at the wedding, kind of going through kind of the process of how we kind of got to know Karen and got to meet Karen. We met her for the first time right before the pandemic, and then of course life kind of shut down, and we all kind of went into our own little pods, and Dave disappeared for like 4 months. We stopped getting weird texts from him every morning at like 7 o'clock. I don't know if the Walshes have like a family text chain, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about with Dave and his texts. Okay. So yeah, we eventually kind of came out last summer and got to meet Karen and got to really know her. And he couldn't have picked a better match. I think they're both caring and nurturing, and Karen's in the medical profession, so if you guys know Dave, it's probably a good thing for him too. But honestly, we couldn't be happier for you guys. Really appreciate you and look forward to seeing everything you guys are going to do moving forward.
So, cheers to Dave and Karen. We have a new sister. Couldn't be happier. Cheers.
Yeah, absolutely. Love you guys.
Settle down back there.
Another big round of applause for the brothers of the groom, Paul and Stephen.
Okay, ready to talk now. Thanks, everybody. I'm Maura Walsh. I'm Karen's sister-in-law. So as you know, I married her brother, Kevin, back in May, and we're still married. And so that makes me the newest member of the Hughes family. And the Hugheses have a tradition where the newest outlaw gets to give a speech to welcome the newest member to the family. So Dave, I have the honor of welcoming you to the Hughes family. I get to give you advice and tell you all the wonderful things about the Hugheses. But I also have kind of a unique opportunity tonight of being the newest member of the Walsh family as well. So I'm going to take it upon myself to welcome you to both the Hughes and the Walsh families tonight. Now, the Hugheses and the Walshes are very similar. They're both very large. There's a lot of them. Extremely loving, close-knit families. So it can be kind of hard to keep all of them straight. But there are some key ways that they're different. So Dave, I'm going to tell you how you can tell a Hughes from a Walsh. So, if someone inexplicably refers to you as George, that person's a Walsh. If someone hosts an Easter brunch where nobody leaves and it turns into Easter dinner, that person's a Hughes. If someone yells at you during a game of Hearts or Catan, that person's a Walsh. If someone convinces you guys to buy your first home less than a mile from where they live, that person's a Hughes. If there are 8 people still up in your house at 5:30 in the morning, they're Walshes. If someone yells, "God bless America," after a long night of drinking, that person's a Hughes. If someone accuses you of being mafia even when you're not playing the game, that person's a Walsh. If you see someone chug a bottle of beer without using their hands, that person's a Hughes, Uncle Pat. If you decide to make a potato cannon and name it the Tuberino, you're a Walsh. If later tonight on the dance floor you see a niece get on the floor and swim through her uncle's legs, that person is a Hughes. And if anyone dances like this, they're a Walsh. If someone yells at you to shut the damn door, they're a Hughes. And if someone stirs their Manhattan with their finger, that person's a Walsh. In all honesty, there are so many wonderful things I can say about both of these families. With the Walshes, I've seen lifelong bonds and memories that were made on summer vacations. I've seen them fly or drive across the country for each other at the drop of a hat. I've seen fantastic 4th of July fireworks shows, Thanksgiving dinners, late-night jam sessions, and more card games than you can count. Excitement to see each other, reminiscing on good times, and so many late nights. With the Hugheses, I've seen the most welcoming, inclusive, and hospitable groups of people you could meet. They're there for each other for events big and small, from bridal showers to high school musicals to giant Christmas Eves. They're there and they want you there with them. You always have someone to call, and there's definitely always someone to share a glass of wine with. This family looks back on memories with loved ones, and they're constantly making beautiful new memories along the way. They're the epitome of family is everything. And something that both the Hugheses and Walshes have in common is their love for Karen. As you can see, Karen is a very special person, and I've known that from the moment I met her. She's friendly and kind, inclusive, always initiating and planning and inviting others along. She always wants to start a game or share a late night chat, and she's the most fun playmate to our nieces, dedicated and compassionate nurse, and the best ma to Bodie Boy. And she just might be everybody's favorite. And over the course of your engagement and wedding planning, I've learned that everyone, both Walsh and Hughes, has a very special place in their heart for Karen. Even when we were planning Karen's shower, everything had to be just good enough for Karen. And so the person who Karen chose to spend her life with would be held to some very high standards. And Dave, you've met and exceeded it for all of us. It could only have been you, Dave, and we are so grateful that it is. So on behalf of the Hugheses and the Walshes, I cannot wait to see all of the magic that the Egger family will make. We love you both, so let's raise a toast to the new family.
Karen, before we do our dance, I just wanted to say a few words to you and about you. I want you to know I'm very, very proud of you. And you inspired me so much in your battle against the cancer, your battle for your leg and your life. And it really inspired me. And, you know, back in those dark days when you were battling the cancer for your leg and your life, and the outcome could not be predicted, one of my most fervent prayers was that to God was that I get to dance with you on your wedding night. And tonight, sweetheart, that prayer is about to be answered.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Karen and her father. And we have one last special dance we need to accommodate. I'd like to invite our groom and his mom to the dance floor. Where's the mother of the groom? David, I need you to the dance floor. A big round of applause for our groom and his mom.
love you. But long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, though life will still go on, believe me, the world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, your life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you.
All right, once again, folks, big round of applause for our groom and his mom. All right, David, could I keep you on the dance floor? And Karen, would you come out here and join your husband? There's our bride. That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we are going to officially open the dance floor. We're going to get you guys started with one slow song. We need everybody out here to join our bride and groom for an opening dance. Once again, the dance floor is open. We need everybody out here to join our bride and groom for an opening dance.